This show is normally called 10 games worth buying in any given month, but in July 2022, we cannot, in good conscience, say that we recommend all of the following games at full price. So, we're softening our stance this time around, trying to put some worthwhile options on your radar. And there are definitely more than 10 of those. Codemasters has, at this point, been fully assimilated into the Electronic Arts Borg. With the acquisition firmly in the rearview mirror, it's time for the new partnership to establish a cadence with recurring releases. For better or worse, this rhythm is finally established with F1 22, the next entry in the studio's acclaimed Formula One driving simulation. The big new feature is called F1 Life, a social hub where you can personalize your avatar, decorate your crib, or just put a new supercar in the garage. It also lets you easily connect for online play. It's not much, and according to early reviews, that's pretty much the extent of the new features, but it's another lap for a fundamentally sound simulation. We don't recommend a lot of visual novels in Dossier, but then this is July, and AI, the Somnium Files Nirvana initiative, is a really, really good one. While it doesn't smell like Teen Spirit, and its cast is bereft of flannels, it does weave an intoxicating detective story that has you trying to solve a time-bending murder thriller while solving escape room puzzles and exploring the dreams of witnesses. Reviews say it will keep you guessing until the end, so if you're up for something out of your comfort zone, it's a solid choice. While CD Projekt Red was undoubtedly happy to move on from Cyberpunk 2077's troubled launch, new game Lootmancer has no such luxuries. It's built from the ground up to repeat over and over again, with its roguelike, neon-drenched design. You're looking for a missing journalist, and to find her, you'll have to hack and then hack and slash again to rescue her. It's a cyberpunk Groundhog Day that's unlike anything else releasing this month. With the law of diminishing returns in full effect, it's hard to create brand new art styles in video games anymore. But that's exactly what has been achieved with As Dusk Falls. This narrative and choice-driven adventure explores the entangled lives of two families across 30 years. Starting with a robbery gone wrong in a small town in Arizona, the choices you make will have an impact on this story of sacrifice, betrayal, and resilience. It's brought to life with digitally rendered actors and stop animation that truly defies description. It's like a graphic novel in motion. It's $30 if you buy it outright, or you can subscribe to Game Pass for a month for $15, since it releases there on day one. You're the last mama fox alive. Are you going to go to Applebee's and hang out at the bar, or try to save your species? If you're playing Endling, Extinction is Forever, you're only left with one choice. Guide your cubs to adulthood, or watch your kind be wiped from the face of the earth. Those are some heavy, heavy stakes. This game is going to make us cry, isn't it? Oh, of course it is, and that's okay. We also try to stay away from DLC or expansions in this show, but again, it's July. But the Hot Wheels DLC for Forza Horizon has also been awesome in the past, and so we're going out on a limb here that it will be the same deal with Forza Horizon 5. It's not cheap though. The pack will set you back $20, and you need to complete the base game to give it a go, but you do get a lot. It adds more than 124 miles of track built from 80 different snappable pieces. There are 10 new cars that you can pilot around the magnet, water, ice, and rumble themes. It's always been worth the money in the past, but here's yet another release that you can play on Game Pass if you just want to subscribe for the month and then bail. Even if you're a dog person, it's hard to deny that cats are some interesting creatures. You never quite know what they're thinking or what they'll do next, but you'll be able to fix that in July by playing Stray. This puzzle adventure has you playing as a local alley cat in a cyberpunk city during a time when robots seem to be absolutely petrified of you. It's your task to solve an ancient mystery and ultimately find your way back home to your family. It's easily the most creative game release this month, and we can't wait. If you subscribe to either of the top 2 tiers of the new PlayStation Plus, you'll be able to play it for free. There are some games that are only released in Japan, and as the years wear on, we just assume that they'll never, ever be released in the West. This is the case with Live Alive, an odd JRPG, released for the Super Nintendo by Square back in 1994, that never made it to the US. That all changes when it launches for Nintendo Switch with newly remastered HD 2D graphics. This RPG has you playing through 7 different stories, featuring a variety of protagonists, time periods, and gameplay styles. It's like Eternal Darkness, without the zombies and the decapitations. Time periods include Imperial China, Prehistoric, Middle Ages, Wild West, and more. And you can play them in whatever order you choose. We talk about games being in development hell all the time, but Digimon Survive's title is a lot more apt now than it was when the game was announced 4 years ago. This strategy RPG, set in the Digimon universe, has somehow persevered through an exceedingly long development cycle to finally land on all last-gen platforms and PC. Position, distance, elevation, and more contribute to its number-crunching, grid-based combat, while its story shades a good bit older than what you typically expect from monster battling games. It's definitely late to the party, and it's hard to blame its delays on COVID, but if you're a fan of the IP, its anime aesthetics will likely be welcomed. If there's one blockbuster game release this month, it's undoubtedly Xenoblade Chronicles 3 for the Nintendo Switch. The first 2 games in this open-world action RPG franchise are absolutely gigantic, with a side of epic. The third entry features 6 main party members, who become unlikely allies when their curiosity gets the best of them. It also includes a new time-shifting mechanic to encounter different foes, and in combat you can seamlessly swap between all 6 characters while trying to maximize their specific art abilities. 4 waves of DLC will run until the end of 2023, so if you jump in, you'll be swimming in its JRPG waters for many months to come. Thanks for checking out our rundown of games worth checking out in July 2022. This is definitely a quantity over quality month, but there's still something for just about every kind of player. If you like our content, please consider pledging to our Patreon at patreon.com/Sifty. Thanks, and we'll see you in August.